And hello and welcome to the Army Athletics Weekend Preview. I'm Heath Trabue. The swimming and diving teams already underway in the Patriot League Championships from Lewisburg, PA. They'll go Thursday through Saturday. Here's head coach Mickey Wender on how he defines success this weekend.
For us, success is swimming faster and improving our dives and getting better. That, to me, is what this is all about, and I think we'll let the chips fall where they may. We're going to race our hearts out, and I've got every bit of faith and confidence in this team. They have trained incredibly hard, and they're ready to race, and most importantly, they've really come together as a team. They have become a family who trust and support and just love each other, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend.
Elsewhere, baseball is in Rock Hill, South Carolina. They'll play 3 games this weekend. Rifle is down in Oxford, Mississippi for GARCs, and both tennis teams are in action. They'll see 3 matches apiece down in Lichtenberg Tennis Center.
Well, yeah, we have a really challenging weekend. It's probably one of our toughest weekends in terms of our competitors. We're playing Rutgers on Friday, who's a very strong program. On Saturday, we're playing Cornell, and all the Ivy League teams are obviously pretty good. So that's going to be a challenge. And then on Sunday, we're making up our match with University of Connecticut.
Well, we want them to work on the game that they're going to be playing in May and April. That's the biggest thing. And we're trying to get these guys to be, number one, fighters on the court, and then hit through the ball and grind, just grind. Because when you get down to it, the guy who wins the tennis match is the guy who's the toughest mentally.
And hockey has another big weekend. They'll have 2 games against UConn up in TATE RINK. Here's head coach Brian Riley on how he scouts the Huskies.
Yeah, you know, the weekends seem to go by a lot quicker here this second half. UConn's coming in here probably playing as well as anyone in the league. I think that they're a team right now that believes that they can finish in the top 4. So I think they're coming in here with a lot of confidence. We played them earlier in the year. I think they're a lot different team. They've gone with a different goalie now. Bartas, who I thought was one of the top goalies in our league, kind of struggled, and they've got the Grogan kid going, who I think has a record of like 8-1-2. His numbers are as good as anyone in the league. So they're playing with a lot of confidence, and they will be a real challenge this weekend.
Just a few games left in the regular season for basketball. The women currently sit in the 2 seed in the Patriot League. They'll host American at 3 p.m. in Crystal Arena on Saturday, while the men will travel down to the nation's capital. Army currently sits in the 4th seed. They'll look to make this game their 4th straight win.
To the point in the season where every game is big. Really, when you start conference play, I think they're all big. But as you start to get down towards the end of regular season play, one, you want to be playing your best basketball. And continuing to improve. We're tracking or trending in the right direction there. But as you said, when you win a game, and last night was a big game for our program, the next game is just as big. And, people talk about Army-Navy, and that's a big rivalry. That was a big win at the time. Every game since then is going to be just as big, and the guys have to be just as excited, ready to compete and play hard. And I thought we did a good job of that last night against Colgate.
A pair of teams host Navy this weekend. Men's gymnastics will see the Mids 1 p.m. on Saturday, while the Army wrestling team, Sunday, 4 p.m. down in Crystal Arena.
Well, we're in pretty good shape. I mean, we had a couple of events at the All Academy last weekend that weren't as smooth for us, and we still ended up beating Navy, so we're in pretty good shape. So we have to, do a good job, because it's obviously you start all over again every competition. But right now, where we are, I feel pretty good.
Well, there's no question about it. I mean, currently we're 1-50. I said that correctly, 1-50 against Navy, and that's just it's a monstrosity of a record. So you talk about culture change, talk about the build and believe mentality. It was one of the visions taking over the program. What do we have to do to turn this around? So these guys, there's been complete buy-in, and it's been a lot of fun to see the progress over the last 2 years. But this year, it's going to be a pretty amazing scrap, and there's a lot of 50-50 matches. So absolutely, from the standpoint of what our culture is about, and starting anew and bringing home the title to West Point.
And that's all that's happening this weekend. Remember, you can follow the Black Knights anytime on Twitter at Army Athletics, and don't forget to check back on GoArmySports.com on Monday for the West Point Sports Flash. With your Army Athletics Weekend preview, I'm Heath Trabue.